All right. Well, there are some new findings that show that Obamacare could be vulnerable to fraud. The government's top watchdog agency itself conducted an undercover investigation. It created 12 fictitious applications to obtain coverage subsidized with your tax dollars. According to the report, 11 out of the 12 bogus applications were approved last year, and then they were automatically allowed to roll over and renew again this year. Republican Senator Rob Portman of Ohio is chairman of the Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations, and he joins us now. Senator, good to have you with us. Welcome back to the program today.
Thanks, Martha.
This is pretty astonishing. They've paid out $30,000 in taxpayer handouts for these 11 accounts to people who do not exist, correct?
Correct. I mean, it's very disturbing, and unfortunately it confirms what many of us feared, which is the way in which these exchanges is working is not being monitored. It's not good for the taxpayers, because one thing GAO also found out was that so many legitimate taxpayers are so confused that they're ending up having their refunds cut or getting a tax bill. In fact, H&R Block says two-thirds of people getting the subsidies are experiencing this. The IRS has reported recently that half of the people who are involved in this are ending up having their, again, tax bills coming to the door or getting the refunds cut. So it's really confusing to the taxpayers, one. And then two, there's obviously a lot of fraud. I mean, here we have 11 out of the 12, got through. And frankly, then about 5 were knocked out of the system. They reapplied and they were able to come back in. So it's not working.
Shocking. You can see in the first year, perhaps, that there would be some error, that things would get through. But then there was attention given to this matter, that these fake applications were accepted, and then they got through again the following year. You would think somebody who runs this organization would have said, make sure you flag those, because we know that they were bogus last time around and we don't want to pay them again.
Exactly. So we're holding a hearing on it this morning. It'll be in the Finance Committee, and then the Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations that you talked about that I chair will be holding further hearings. We're going to dig deep, and we're going to find out, one, how this could possibly have happened, but two, how do you fix it? The American people are frustrated by Obamacare for a lot of reasons, but one is this thing is just being so poorly administered. And, the Supreme Court just made a decision about the exchanges. They've said that it's okay to have these federal exchanges, even though under the law, in my view, it wasn't at all possible to have a federally funded exchange. But they decided that they can see through the law and allow that. But let's be sure that it's working. It's almost $1 trillion that's going to be spent over the next 10 years in these exchanges. Let's be sure that money is wisely spent.
Yeah. I mean, there seems to be a sort of tacit expectation that in any government-run agency, there's going to be a ton of waste that happens along the way, and everybody just sort of supposed to accept that. Do you have indication that there is a person, a group of people whose job it is to make sure that we're not sending money out the door that is fraudulent?
Well, I don't think there is accountability in the system, and that's one of the issues that we're asking about. We're having a tough time getting information from the Department of Health and Human Services, by the way, in our hearings. We will get the information. We're going to do what we have to do to get it. But this should be something where we have total transparency, where the American people are able to see how these tax dollars are being spent to ensure it's going to the right people, and to ensure that those people who are playing by the rules, trying to do the right thing, are not so hopelessly confused that they get these unwelcome surprises of losing a refund or having a big tax bill. So, this is not too much to ask. Again, we're talking about $1 trillion being spent over the next 10 years in these subsidies. Let's be sure we get it right.
What's their reason at HHS for not giving you the information that you're asking for?
Well, so far they've been saying that we're asking for too much. They don't have the ability to provide it. It's just delay. We'll get to the bottom of it, though. I'm convinced that there are ways in which, if we bring this to the public, through you all and through others, that we'll be able to get through the delay and get to the transparency we're all asking for. All we want to know is, why is this system not working, and how's it going to be fixed?
It's good that the GAO is testing the system, and we hope that you all have success in getting what you need from HHS, because they are accountable to you, as you are to the American people. So we thank you, Senator. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks,
Good luck
Martha.
with that.
Great to be on with you again. Take care.
You bet.